Watch Inspired and Jensen interview. It's goated. All right, let's do it.
I'm sitting down with Inspired and Jensen ahead of the matchup that you guys have in week 3. And I want to ask about the beef. What happened with the beef? Why aren't you on FlyQuest anymore? Is it because of him?
I don't know.
Why isn't Jensen on FlyQuest anymore?
I thought it was obvious.
Okay, what happened?
What the?
Because all I seen is I saw you do an interview with Digon after summer finals. MSI doesn't go well, and now he's on a different team.
I mean, I don't know.
Walk me through what happened.
I don't know what to say. I mean, the interview was completely, everyone over-exaggerated on it. It was nothing just like towards Jensen. I mean, after MSI performance, I don't know, we just made a change.
What happened on FlyQuest? Why aren't you on FlyQuest anymore?
Well, I was told that Quad has been playing well in Farmers League.
Okay.
Farmers League. Quad has been playing well in Farmers League. I love the way he said it. Jensen's such a motherfucker, bro. Look at this guy in Vegot X.
A lot of effort into learning good English. His English is really good now. And he's shown he really wants to play. Those were like the big reasons I was given.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Would you have wanted to run it back with FlyQuest?
Probably, yeah.
So, from the outside, a lot of people thought you would have hated the interview that Inspired gave. What happened internally?
Well, okay, so we went, I think we were out having Korean barbecue or something. And we drive home or back to the office. And our GM pulls us aside.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I need to talk to you about something serious. And I'm like, what happened? And then
he said, people are now talking about the real reason Dr. Disrespect got banned. They're saying that allegedly he was in conversation through Twitch whispers with a...
Pulls up the Reddit thread. I mean, I didn't
Never mind.
even watch it, but the comments were very harsh. Like, I mean, they were flaming Inspired a lot. I mean, I still haven't watched it to this day.
You still haven't watched it?
No.
Do you know what he said?
I have an idea, just based on the comments.
I don't remember what I said at this point.
It seemed like he was projecting a bit and blaming me a bit. But the only thing I was confused about is why he didn't blame BWIPO. Because I thought BWIPO ran it down that series.
Why didn't you blame
I
BWIPO?
didn't blame BWIPO at all.
No, I mean, I haven't watched it, but the comments were just saying you're flaming me.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember what I said in the interview, but I know that I blamed myself and you. And I don't remember what I said about Busse and BWIPO.
Would those comments line up with what Inspired has already said to you, not publicly?
I mean, there's definitely a difference, because like, if you say publicly, you're blaming your teammate. I mean, I thought it sounded a bit delusional when he was blaming me for that entire series, if that's what he said.
That's
allegedly.
also true.
I mean, I didn't play well, so it's like, I mean, it's fair if he wants to give a little criticism, but it seemed like it was a little bit out of line, maybe.
What do you think?
It seems like there's a dynamic, bro. Like it's pretty much just like BWIPO and Inspired are just like they're the Piglet and Phoenix of FlyQuest. You got the imports and then you got the NA players, and Jensen is he's just been in NA for long enough that he's just one of the NA players. This is how they viewed it.
I think you should watch it.
We should watch it.
you should watch it, yeah, I think so.
So you think
it's actually funny. Like, I don't know why. I mean, it's just like, people are just like, I don't know, they can't take it, but there was like legit.
There's just a hierarchy in that team. It's such an obvious hierarchy of like BWIPO, Inspired, and then everyone else. It's never healthy when people from the outside can tell that there's just a hierarchy within the team.
Nothing.
So now that you've had some time to...
Like we had it last year, like for example, we had it last year with TL, like a very obvious hierarchy where it's like we got the Koreans and then we got like the rookies that are just on the team because they speak Korean and are from NA, you know?
Why do you think FlyQuest didn't win finals?
I think that there were skirmishes that we
Jensen lied for free that he never watched it. I'm not sure if Jensen would have watched that. He actually doesn't give a about this type of stuff. Like Jensen is the type of guy that when like off season starts or like they have like a few break days before they go to China and they start scrimming again, Jensen will just like load up a different game that he's been wanting to play the whole season, and he'll just do that for like a week straight.
Like game 2 or no, game 3. It was one.
Like Jensen just wants girlfriend, snacks, and a video game he hasn't played for a long time, and just to go like full gremlin mode. At least when I knew him, bro. This is the case every time. He wants to go full gremlin mode for like a couple weeks, and then he just gets back into the grind, and then he starts grinding heavy.
In the series, game 3, I think we just misplaced skirmishes. Me and Jensen didn't kill them 2v2 on top. BWIPO died while watching us. Then game went to and then game 4, I don't even remember, but I remember they like ran it down into our jungle and we were so fed and then we lost. Like level 3 or something, they like ran into our jungle and they just suicide and we lost.
I wanted to ask you how you got stuck on Annie in all the games.
Basically, I was gaslit into thinking Annie is like super OP.
Bro, we had like 100% win ratio with Annie in skins on like 10 games at least.
I mean, I think Annie is like a strong pick if you play well, but it's just...
Bro, I feel like Annie is just counter to LeBlanc and that's it. That's my read on Annie. Like, if you really need engage in a certain team comp, enemy team is susceptible to engage, you really need an engage mid laner, you have like Wukong jungle, you go Annie. You know? Or you have Viego jungle, you go Annie. And you try to use that. If the cases aren't that you're playing into LeBlanc and maybe Ahri, I would never go Annie, bro. Like, you never want to be Annie into fucking Talia. You never want to be Annie into Azir in a pro game in this meta that they were playing in.
Easier to mess up with Annie, whereas like if you play with control mage, the game is like
Annie into fucking Hui. He builds a Seraphs, you can't play the rest of the game. It's
much easier to play, easier to execute usually.
Yeah, but looking back at it, I don't know, like it's so weird to have this opinion because game 1 we don't play Annie, we lose hard. Game 2 we lock in Annie, we stomp them. Game 3, if we actually play the skirmishes correctly, we are 2-1 up by the way.
Yeah.
And the Annie is 2-0 in the series. We are 2-1 up. They are banning Annie in game 4. Like what? And people are saying, oh my god, Annie was the problem. Why did we pick Annie? Blah blah blah. Like CBA, bro.
So do you think you lost? Why do you think FlyQuest lost finals?
I mean, the main thing is like, yeah, sure. So I agree with that logic. That's exactly how it would have went. The problem is that in game 4, Annie wasn't a good pick. If I remember correctly, Annie wasn't a good pick in game 4. Let me see. TL versus Fly game 4. And they went it anyway, which was like pretty crazy. Yeah, this is the final game of the series, bro. This is the problem. It's like, yeah, they would have banned it game 4. For sure, if he won 2 games on it, because they'd be like, let's not deal with it. But look at the team comp Annie's playing into. 3 tanky members. Annie's not good into tanks. Talia, so like losing lane, you're outrange. Varus, you're outrange. Like, it's just impossible, no? It's actually just an impossible Annie game. So this was the problem in people's minds. It's like, okay, game 2 they won. No one's going to complain when they win. Game 3 wasn't on the Annie. It was more like the GP pick was kind of weird. Like, I don't know, the whole draft was like all over the place. Whatever. It was a winnable game, but whatever. And then this game, they picked Annie. It's like, this is a terrible Annie spot, and we're still going Annie. That was the real argument.
Just a lot of individual mistakes.
Bro, I wish that I could fucking be there to press him on that.
Like, I mean, we just played bad on the day, to be honest. I think I made more mistakes than I usually do.
Are you annoyed by the public conversation around you
I
now?
mean, I'm not annoyed at all. Like, I mean, okay, I'm annoyed, but it doesn't affect me. Like, I like when people talk about us right now because it just keeps me more interested in the league. Otherwise, it's just
They're
like so
banning Jensen
boring.
hard.
Like,
I mean, they banned
when no
what?
one cares about it. Like, if you are a peace team,
They banned just Orianna in this game. Like, he was fine Hui the entire split. He could have picked that. Azir was up. He could have picked that. Like, I mean, what? Like he had champions up, bro. They didn't ban him that much in this game. Orianna's banned. Azir is up. Hui is up. He was good at both. Like, Karma was already nerfed by this point, so he probably wouldn't go Karma. But the whole point is that he had like options within his champion pool to go for that weren't any. Like here, you'd expect him to go Hui, right? To contend with the long range, something that scales. Enemy team has relatively like low damage because they have like triple tank. Just go something like Hui and kill frontline, or go Azir and do the same thing.
like you are any team that is not top 3, top 4, people don't talk about it at all. If you win one game, they will be like start hyping you up, but then like, oh, they're actually just piecers. And with us, I think
Wait, Azir was disabled? I thought Azir was enabled for playoffs. Maybe it was only LCS where Azir was disabled, actually.
right now, if we lose any game, everyone is gonna like go hard on us, which is pretty funny. If we start winning, like if we start winning, I can type whatever I want. So it's like it's nice position to be in. I kind of like it.
What do you think?
I mean, I knew he would think this way, but he thinks any PR is good PR, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just builds your brand.
It's actually just like such a fake thing that people say around content creator. It's so funny when I see these types of conversations. We'll finish we got like about halfway through. We'll finish the other part of it in after this game. But that is one of like the most fake things that people just repeat. They're like, any publicity is good publicity. Like, people say this shit like it's the 1980s or something, and like people aren't on social media perma. People say that, and it's like, no, it's definitely not. It's definitely not to be known for something extremely horrible by a mass group of people when people already have an idea of who you are. It's not like this is probably the most anyone's ever talked about Tarzan, right? You think that this is actually, like, do you really think this is legitimately good for Tarzan's career? What's going on? It's giga cope to say any publicity is good publicity. Yeah, it's not good. Look at Diddy. Yeah, look at Diddy. I mean, look at a bunch of, like, what? Like, if you're known for doing something really fucked up, it's not good at all.
I mean,
positive or negative.
But it's not even negative. Like, it's chill. Like, some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't care.
So, Inspired, are you guys better now with Quad than with Jensen?
In scrims, we're way better. On stage, this first week, we didn't perform better than we did last split, in my opinion. I think we were pretty shaky, but in scrims, I think we have a lot of like better angles we are looking for.
Why is Dignitas going to beat FlyQuest?
I mean, I can comment on that first. I mean, I usually don't play well in scrims, so it makes sense. But Quad's performance was quite pathetic, to be honest. I thought he played...
Damn. It was kind of pathetic.
Pretty shit. So, I mean, we will just have to see. I think I'm the better player.
I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, Jensen against Quad matchup won't be looking like it does in scrims. Like, hopefully it doesn't look like that on stage. For him, hopefully.
Okay, whatever. I mean, when I was on Fly, I thought I was always stomping Quad. But maybe I'm just delusional.
Is he delusional?
When we are playing scrims, academy against main team, like, I think you can take anyone mid and then the rest of the team would just carry the scrim. So, like, that's a little bit delusional.
I mean, maybe, but yeah. Okay, sure.
Where would you put Inspired on the like tier list of current LCS junglers? Where would he fall in, and why?
The full clear tier list.
Who else is on the full clear tier list?
I mean, right now, I think he's the CEO of it. I don't think anyone plays like as full clear as he does.
Inspired?
True. Yeah, I think
yes,
other junglers are just dog shit. Like, Umti played well because he played Sejuani, so he looks for good angles. Other junglers...
Bro, full clear is just the best way to play jungle. Like, straight up. Like, unless something is really necessary on the map, you should obviously be prioritizing full clear. Your first clear, full clear.
They just don't know.
Like, we see it in so many high-level games, guys. In so many high-level games, when you watch the best teams in the world play really high-stakes games, both junglers full clear their first clear. That is just the best way to play jungle. Like, unless there is a very big angle, unless there is like a very, very good angle for you to not do that, where like somebody makes a mistake in lane and you really need to be there, you should be looking to full clear.
They're doing. And saying that I farm, obviously if I pick a champion that is supposed to farm, I farm. But when you pick Sejuani or Poppy, like you need to play creative. And I can play easily both styles. I think my Poppy is probably best in the league.
I mean, I'm not like a big jungle expert, but it's like kind of true, yeah. I mean, not that every jungler is because I don't think that's true. I think Speak as the GOAT, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, had to throw that one in.
Inspired, what do you think, where does Jensen rank?
Who are the mid laners? It's APA, Jojo, Quad, Jensen. I mean, that's the only 4 relevant, no? Is there anyone relevant in the league?
It's up to you.
Oh, it's Quid actually, was the MVP.
He did win the MVP, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, that guy seems like he always dies to like TP flanks or like just tries to play over aggro and then dies. I mean, Jensen's in top 5. Yeah, I think top 5 is the 4 I said and Quid. So, and the other 3, I think they are not really relevant.
What does Jensen have to improve on?
I don't know, maybe other champs than Oriana and Hui.
What does Inspired have to improve on to be a better jungler?
He needs to be a better teammate. Say it, bro.
Let me get my list out. I mean, I don't know. He's just a full clear merchant. Like, I think it works well if his team is winning, and if his team sucks, then.
What happened at MSI?
What happened at MSI?
Yeah, why did you lane swap every game?
We got on a hype train of lane swaps. We kind of felt like it's broken. We saw G2 do it, and then we like tried it once, it worked well, and then we just kept doing it and trying to do something funny, and I don't know, we low-key forgot how to play the game maybe. We were just lane swapping every game.
Who makes the decisions to lane swap every game?
I mean, usually it's just if we think we have bad matchups, we would lane swap. But yeah, I mean, I feel like usually...
I'm a full clear merchant too, but that is actually just the best way to play jungle, bro. Like, the best jungler in the world right now, most people will say is Canyon, right? Canyon is a full clear merchant. Like, that is like his thing. This guy is perma full clearing. This guy is perma efficient. Like, efficiency, I think, is the most crucial quality for a jungler. To be able to recognize how to be perfectly efficient and then still make all the plays you need to do on the map. Like, that is what the ideal jungler does.
Actually, Inspired is like kind of the CEO of the team.
Yeah.
The guy that like makes the decisions. Maybe the reason I got kicked too, who knows?
Did you talk about roster decisions with the team?
I said that it's risky to make a move between the splits because I think it's risky to make a move between the splits, but our management and said that they are confident in the decision, so I trust them, and I'm gonna do like my best to work well with Quad, and I think he has a lot of potential, so I was fine with the change.
I want to talk about this split a little bit. FlyQuest right now feels a little bit like the villains of the LCS. Jensen, what do you think about that for them?
Not a good look. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was just. I mean, I don't know if there should be like a villain for replacing me. I think, yeah, people just think Inspired and BWIPO are like very cocky. So, yeah, I mean, I guess they are kind of.
And people just really hate, because BWIPO talks a lot, right? He talks more than anyone talks, you know? Which is fine, bro. Like, it's like, that's just who he is. Like, he has ADHD. He's like, you ask him a question, bro, it's like, you could, I kept on saying it on streams, like, or actually, I think I only said it once, but you could ask BWIPO the most standard, non-offensive, non-confrontational question possible, and somehow it would be like a 5-minute discussion over the point. Like, that's just who BWIPO is. And if people are like very opinionated like that, and then they're also not like perfect, people are like, all right, well, if you think you're so good, let's see how good you are. Whereas like BWIPO, I just think he's the type of guy that like he would have the same energy if he's running it down. Like, if he's running it down, he's very like open with being like, yeah, I completely ran it down. But I think that if somebody like talks a lot, I mean, I even see it with myself. I'll be co-streaming, I'll like explain a point, and then it'll be like, if you're so good, why don't you play? Like, that's just what people say, you know?
That is true.
Yeah.
If we won the LCS, no one would care, but we lost, so that's true. Right now we are the villains.
And then what do you think about the new Dignitas roster? They have a bunch of players that didn't play last split.
I think it's a stage roster. Has potential to do well on stage because I think they know how to win games, and especially like from carry positions, I think they know what to do. But I mean, in scrims, it's not a good roster.
It's a bit pathetic, yeah.
It's a little bit, yeah, let's say a
so
little
far,
bit.
yeah.
But
We're working on it.
It's still a roster that knows how to win games. So on stage, you can't just like run over them because they know what to do. So you have to be smart and actually play like well together. But I wouldn't be too scared of them.
How good would it feel to beat FlyQuest?
I mean, to be honest with you, this is probably not the answer you're looking for. I don't really care to beat them in a regular season because it doesn't really matter too much. But in playoffs,
if
it
we
would feel
see
good.
them in playoffs,
Yeah.
that's a banger series.
I might have to do the Inspired, you know, with the Mad Lions.
Oh yeah. That would be so fun. But it's not happening though. Just so you know, like there's no way.
I mean, it's where he went after beating Mad Lions. He just went over and waved goodbye after we sent home.
I mean, you can imagine that, but that's not.
He did it for like an extra like 30 seconds. Like, there's like a difference between like waving, but like he just stood there waving and made sure they all saw it and just kept on waving. He just stayed there the entire time.
There's no way. I mean, first of all, you guys need to make playoffs.
Okay.
I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm looking forward to the series and seeing if the beef continues.
The beef.
Bro, they got bangers in LCS this season, man.